at us here at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Got a good one here today as part of our John Madden Thanksgiving Celebration Series between the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets. Nick Folk ready to do the honors. And away we go from East Rutherford. Here's Jamal Agnew on the return. He dodged the tackle. And he's brought down just inside the 25. So out have the Falcons for their first possession. And they're brought out by the 8th pick in the 2024 draft. Out of your alma mater, the University of Washington, Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game. But he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
The rookie from Miami, they're on the stop. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
From the shotgun, Penix. Got a man, it's Drake London. He's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid third down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Penix on the sneak. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
It's a gain of a yard.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Firing quickly is Penix, complete. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on 1st down.
I really like the timing of that screen call to the perimeter. Get the ball in space to operate and turns into a nice game.
Only need the smallest little bit of yardage here. It is 2nd and inches. Robinson on the inside give. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Going to the ground again on 1st. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. Give him 24 on that play. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
Falcons 1st down. 24-yard gain on the play. 1st down.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
1st and 10, around to Robinson. And the big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of him on that run. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Penix here from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go, and let that pass rush get home.
Will this drive continue? Here comes third down. Third and long for him here. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
And this will force them to start inside the 20. That punt heads out about the 15-yard line. So now it's the Jets getting that on offense for their opening drive. Leading them out now in his 5th season here in the NFL. Won 4 of his 6 starts last year. Justin Fields.
There's still lots of people around the NFL that believe that Justin Fields' best football's in front of him. Major believers of him as an upper-tier quarterback. And the reason why, Kate, is he's got physical traits that are just unique and different. He can run it like a running back, and he can spin a football as well. In fact, that running ability is some of the best in the game.
Oh, Fields loses it. But it looked like someone on the Jets got to it first, so the Jets hold on to the football. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Waiting their turn on that sideline. You'd have thought they'd be focused in and ready for this, Brock, but instead, their very first snap nearly ends with them giving it away.
Well, thankfully, somebody was focused and quick thinking to get back on that ball. Now you got to settle down. You got to get back to that script and flush that negative play away.
Nothing doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Fields now, 3rd and long. That's the line, he's going to run for it. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a 4th down.
Now on 4th down, here's Austin McNamara out to punt for the Jets. Back deep for the Falcons, Jamal Agnew. Breaks the tackle. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. The Falcons taking the field for their 2nd drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. Open space inside the 40. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. How about a big hitter? 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the red zone on 1st. Caught near the goal line. And he stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. Robinson can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
At the Jets' 3-yard line.
Ball still at the 3 as they get set for 2nd and goal. They send a man in motion. He gets it again. And this time he gets in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons go up 6-0 here in the 1st. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Well, we've been saying it for years, Brock. If at first you don't succeed, try that run again.
You're exactly right. It's going to take more than one stop to deter those offensive coaches from calling another run play. They've got such faith in their group up front to leverage right at the point of attack and punch it in on the second time around.
Zane Gonzalez on for the point after try. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Jets, nothing.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Here's Isaiah Davis on the return. Escapes the defender. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. The second drive coming up now for the Jets offense. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Off the play fake, it's Fields. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Following the sack needs some positive yards here. It is 2nd down and 18. They'll send a receiver left. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. To the ground it goes, that's incomplete. That one intended for Adonai Mitchell. So that brings up 4th and long.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going, and that incompletion won't help.
Austin McNamara on now to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. His work begins at the 31. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And their goal is going to be doubling that 7-0 lead they have so far. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Here's Robinson to start the drive. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you called 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Penix. They'll try to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Penix working from the gun. Drops it off to Robinson. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Here's Algier on first down. Winning there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
To the air with Penix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and a better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game. We'll get a stoppage here. Looks like there's a Jet in some discomfort following that play. Bradley Pinion on now to punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And they're facing a long field ahead of them as that kick skips out near the 11. The Jets offense now set to take over. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Here's Fields to throw. Right side, this is caught by Taylor. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. On the counter, Hall. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Fields gets it out wide quick. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That's good for a Jets first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Off play action, it's Fields. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
Incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No luck on first down. Here's second and 10. Fields out of the gun. Falcons driving in, and they're going to bring him down. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming third down.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the third row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now third down is so much harder.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Shotgun snap to Fields. It's caught left side by Mitchell. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that third down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. One of the league's best return men, Jamal Agnew, back deep. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. Third time they've called on him as he gets this away. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Atlanta about ready to go now. First and 10. Now Penix off the play action. Defense is too much here. The Jets drag him down. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Opening frame of the game, and 2 times already, these defenders have got home for a home run sack. They get their way, a lot more teammates are going to join them on the stat sheet with the takedown before this one ends.
So after the sack, here comes second and 11. Design quarterback run here. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That's Harrison Phillips there for the stop.
Hey, that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in my double digits, and they nearly got it there.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Throwing Penix. Lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Starts the return at the 34. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Now here comes the New York offense. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
They'll start this one out with Hall. He's going to get this to the opposing 41. A gain of 15 there. And that's good for a Jets first down.
The Jets first down. First and 10 at the
Well, more often than
41-yard
not,
line.
it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
First down, and they go right back to it. And give him 4 yards before he stops, Gronk. It's second down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. Out of the shotgun, Fields. He takes it himself. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And it's good for a New York first down.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for a Jets first down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Short side option here. He's running left. And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Jets make it a one-point game. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
Nick Folk now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's Agnew on the return. This makes it up to the 25.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes first and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. Jukes away from one. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Falcon first down.
And the Falcons first down.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. More from MetLife coming right up. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They've got a first to begin the frame. Another carry for Robinson. He picks up 5 on that first down run, brings up second down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's second and 4. Motioning the tight end now. Penix now. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Slayer, two-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Receiver in motion. He's headed right. They're going play fake with Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And it'll be third down coming up after this defense's third sack of the game.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Extra man in the secondary for the Jets now. Third down. Here's Penix. Taking a chance to the end zone. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
They'll punt it away again. Bradley Pinion headed back out. Back deep is Williams. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game. A little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. New York to the line. 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he manages maybe 3 yards there to the 23-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. They're going to run out of the pistol with Hall. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line of gain.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Field sneaking it. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped it at the line. No gain.
It's a gain of a yard. And the Jets, 1st down.
That may not look like much, but that is a confidence builder for quarterback and offensive line in particular. When you know you can push the pile on 3rd down on a sneak and get a 1st down, you may have to come back to that in a bigger moment in this one later.
Field's going to try and run it again. And he picks up a good chunk of yards here. Looks to be about 7. He's up to the 37.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Hall running between the tackles. And this is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Jets, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. Forced to regroup a bit ahead of 2nd down.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass. and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Need to get that yardage back and a little bit more, too. It's 2nd and 14. Now Fields. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And hopefully they'll have some better blocking on the next play because that was not good. Brings up 3rd down.
All right, I'm to the point of the game, Kate. Now, we got to get the ball out of our hands. He is just taking a beating all game long, and on this drive, yet again. Find a way to protect, find a way to run, and get the ball out of his hands.
Offense going with a 4-receiver set, 3rd and long. Working now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. A run here with Robinson. He dodged the tackle. Up the sideline past the 25. And he makes it all the way up to the 28. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Kate, a run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down. Here's Penix to throw. Finds his back. It's Robinson. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
And the Falcons, 1st down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Play fake. Penix. He's got a man left. And they nearly picked up the 1st down with that effort. Ball advances to the 45-yard line.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Penix on the sneak. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. It'll be Bradley Pinion doing the honors. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And they're playing with a chance to take the lead right here. Get a nice little cushion in what has been an otherwise really close game.
Yeah, and really the mindset, Kate, is this has got to be the drive. When you break the huddle, you look at each other and say, right now, these are the moments that tilt the game in our favor. Because you know if you don't get it done, you've given your opponent that opportunity.
Jets getting ready for this 1st and 10. Hall takes it straight ahead. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They give on 2nd to Hall. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage, so 3rd down now.
So many of the D tackles in the league today, Kate, at some point in their background were edge rushers before they maybe outgrew that position. But they've got an explosiveness, a get-off, and it leads to stops like that.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Throw here, 3rd down. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Another punt coming up. Austin McNamara to again do the honors. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And there is room for improvement from that previous drive. Stalled out, necessitated a call to that punt team.
Yeah, and in these situations, I always love reminding the offense that first down. Just move the chains the first time to get yourself into rhythm, because you don't want to see that punter anytime soon.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. From the shotgun, Penix. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Penix to throw again on 2nd. Right side, reeled in by Pitts. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Back to Pitts it goes. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Robinson on the inside give. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets side. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Robinson again here on 2nd. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
Go ahead. Find me an offense that won't take that type of efficiency on every snap. Listen, it was good execution, a quality game, and it moved the sticks.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. toss now to Robinson. And only can get his yard here, Brock. It's going to be third down.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4. Penix here from the gun. Jets bringing pressure, and they got it. And their 4th sack of the game, Brock, brings up 4th down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
Kenyon on now to send this away. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fights deep into enemy territory, out of bounds at the 7. The Jets out to begin another drive. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Fields. Finds a man right side. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. That both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope you have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
Shotgun snap, a gift to Hall. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, these are not the plays that are like bold in the stat sheet when you look back on it. But these are the kind of gains by the running back that keep the offense on schedule and move the chains.
All set now, 1st and 10. Decent gain before being brought down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. This is Hall. Escapes the defender. And he has them a 1st down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Field throwing here. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he'll go down here, comes up nicely after a gain of 7.
Kate, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But Annette's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
2nd and 3 now. Fields looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another.
And down he goes. The Falcons defense gets hit done. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. So out now comes the punter. Agnew on to handle the return.
The Falcons
The Falcons ready for their next possession. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Play action. Here's Penix. He's got some air under this one, deep down the middle. Well, a little bit of big completion, Brock, if not for that meddling defender who knocked it away. And that sets up 3rd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They go play action. Here's Penix. Oh, he's going to run for it. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
First down now, ball at the 33. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Pass is caught, that's Darnell Mooney. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. Penix working from the gun. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's almost picked and taken the other way. Took that check down throw for granted, didn't he? Really paid for it. It's 4th down.
So far, this script, well, it's dictated some early looks for this running back, and now you're seeing the adjustment defensively. Not so easy on those checkdowns. Nowhere for that ball to go.
Bradley Pinion brought on now for the punt. And the fair catch made here at the 15.
And taken. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. This is a design look for Fields. So we're all knotted up here at the half, Brock, as we send this over to our buddy Scott Hansen, who's got our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, thanks for that hard work, Scott. These 2 teams ready to break this tie as we welcome you back for the 3rd quarter. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. On the return, here comes Davis. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. New York to the line. 1st and 10. They start the half to give to Hall. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
At the 30-yard line.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Fields. And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got 4th down.
That's a nice job by the defense, Kate, to actually use the 12th defender, and that is the sideline. That throw didn't give the receiver enough real estate to establish possession, and the defense understanding how to use the boundary.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Here's Robinson to start the drive. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. On 1st down, here's Penix. To the right side and reeled in by London. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
2nd and 3 now. Now Penix off the play action. Hits him on the in route. And he's sent down right after he makes that catch at the 40-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. From the 40-yard line now. This is 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. They'll cobble together a yard there. Will McDonald there on the tackle.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Drawing up the design keeper. They get an even 10 on that play. And that is good enough for Atlanta 1st down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. On the give, here's Robinson. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
To the air with Penix. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
3rd down, it's Penix. Dumps it off to Robinson. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes, Kate. He gets drilled. And QBs know that feeling. When you're letting it go and you get hit, definitely not the throw he wanted. And by happenstance, the adjusted throw still found a home, and that home was his teammate.
For the field goal, a 43-yard attempt.
The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jets have their offense ready to go again. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Jets getting ready for this 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Here's Hall once more. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him 8 on that one. And that's good for a Jets 1st down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. One of the tight ends motioning left. Hall gets it again on 2nd down. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. 4 guys out wide. Here we go, 3rd and long. To the air on 3rd and long. That's caught for the 1st. And he is down all the way to that 15-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
First and 10. Here's Fields. He'll set up the screen here for Hall. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a first and goal.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Back now, pressure coming. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds. So they fire for the end zone on first down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on second and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming. As a fan, as a defensive coordinator, I think as an offense, you've worked on it all week. Continue to get to the stuff you trust the most.
Hall has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you've set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
Offense is getting closer, but 2 yards left to figure out. It's third and goal. They go to him again. And this is going to end behind the line. A great stop down in close. Let's see if they want to risk it now on fourth and goal.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a fourth down.
So on fourth down, here comes Nick Folk to attempt this for the Jets. Pretty easy kick here, Brock, just 22 yards. And the kick by Folk is good. And that will tie things up in the third.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here's Agnew on the return. Jukes away from one. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Falcons getting ready. Here comes first and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got second and 8.
Robinson, the ball carrier. Osarie Thomas on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the 27-yard line.
Last run got him 3. Here's second and 7. Motion man is the tight end. He's going left. Penix now. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. That throw intended for Drake London. And now they're going to face third down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Third and long. They're going to throw. He's going to loft one deep to the left. This is caught inside the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And now they have a first and goal.
And the Falcons, first down. First and goal at the 10-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Here's Robinson. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. That's a gain of 8, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
From the shotgun, Penix. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Falcons take a third-quarter lead. Michael Penix Jr., the touchdown.
Kate, we know you could do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with their brains and their processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down. And he just put on a show.
Gonzalez now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7.
Jets 10.
Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. On the return, here comes Davis. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. New set of downs for him from the 31. First down throw for Fields. Taken in by Mitchell, right side. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Mitchell. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
Second down now, 7 to go. Looking to throw Fields. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. They'll throw, 3rd and long. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That is some serious defensive urgency that really does, Kate, match the situation we're in. This is a one-score game. Even though they have gotten after this quarterback all game long, they know they can't let up now.
They'll send out the punting unit. Austin McNamara will kick this away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Falcons and Drake London headed back out onto the field. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Play fake, Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
Rough start to this set of downs. Now 14 to go on second. Penix here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You've heard that very common term in draft vernacular called catching radius. Let me tell you, as a quarterback, you love tight ends on drag routes because that catching radius for such a big target, then you see him, you eye him, and there's a comfort level between QB and tight end to make that connection.
Throw here, third down. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's the exact opposite of what this offense needed. They now face fourth down.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league.
Their punter making his way out now. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Jets offense now set to take over. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Play action, Fields. Deep drop. Falcons isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Just an incredible effort out of him today. And the type of performance, frankly, that elevates the energy level of all 10 guys around him. What a game he's got going.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Third and long for him here. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. He's got it inside the 25. And this will reach the red zone. He takes it down to the 17.
48 yards. That's good for a Jets first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Well, the offense wanted a spark, and he delivered a lightning bolt. Huge gain that totally changes the tone of this drive.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the gun, it's Hall. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
14 more yards. That's another Jets first down. 1st and goal.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Hall runs in for the New York touchdown. The Jets can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Folk on now to try the point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Jets make it 17-all.
17.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's Agnew on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. First call here coming from the shotgun. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
They've got first down here from the 36. They send him left out of the slot. Give here to the motion man. And they were ready for this one. No running room at all. He's taken down behind the line.
Thomas on the tackle. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Penix working from the gun. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Now we have a member of the Jets hurt after that play, and they'll need to get somebody out there to take a look at him. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He lofts it deep right side. They connect on the deep shot. He's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a 3rd quarter lead.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with a receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Gonzalez now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7.
Jets 17.
Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. Wangu now to return. He dodged the tackle. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone. But the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
First down now, ball at the 33. On the counter, Hall. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Fields out of the gun. And he won't find anything here. They're there to drop it for the sack on what's likely the final play of this 3rd quarter. And that sack brings the offense to 4th down. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. The Jets have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. Punting unit out now. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he calls for the fair catch and is there to collect it. The Falcons and Drake London headed back out onto the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Robinson on the inside give. That play good for, looks like about 6. 2nd down upcoming.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Staying with Robinson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
A 7-yard gain. And the Falcons 1st down.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Going to the ground again on 1st. His charge towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. A toss now to Robinson. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
1st and 10 from the 43. Now to give to Bijan. Stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That's another Falcons first down. A gain of 13
You know, the elite
yards.
running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Here's Algier on first down. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be second down.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Play action. Here's Penix. Sends this to the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single eye or 2 high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Gonzalez now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Falcons double their lead to 14.
Jets 17.
Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. Wangu now to return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now here comes the New York offense. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Fields. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Unable to find Adonai Mitchell with that one. And that'll bring up 2nd down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronk. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Throwing now out of the shotgun. Complete beyond the marker. And it's a quality effort here as he's pushed out right along the 40. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing again, it's Fields. Escapes the pocket. And Fields slides down safely as he picks up the first.
12 more yards. That's another Jets first down. 1st and 10 at the
You know, these are the
48-yard
type of plays
line.
that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look.
Pick it up. You're embarrassing us. Me and the homies can trade your outfits. Oh, come on, man.
That was terrible, awful, seriously, man. Just disgrace.
All right, here we go. Second down. Now it's Fields. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. They'll air it out on third. Quick slant to his arm. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the fourth. Desperation time here on fourth. He finds him beyond the marker. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. That's a gain of 10, and staring at that turnover on downs instead, they pick up the first.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Throwing on first down, Fields. He gets it again to Mitchell. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Falcons' 27-yard line.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. Now Fields again. Next with his back, Hall. And they have this run to the red zone now at the 15. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good for a New York first down.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
Second down run by Davis. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Pad level, pad level, pad level. To stop a run before it can get going means you got underneath those pads and gave that runner nowhere to go.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And this is going to fall incomplete. They made a call for the end zone there, but nobody picked up on the other end. Now it's third down.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone, and defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
So on fourth down, here comes Nick Folk to attempt this for the Jets. This 32 yards out. It's on the right hash. And the kick by Folk is good. And that'll get him back to 11.
That field goal didn't do a lot on the scoreboard to make it a more attackable deficit, but it does create a sense of urgency here for this defense to get off the field.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Here's Carter on the return. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. The Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. New set of downs for him from the 31. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Firing quickly is Penix, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
3rd and just 2 to go. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Gets this one to London. They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
First and 10, a run to Robinson. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
His goal is pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Penix. He has all day back there. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Third and long. They're going to throw. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that extends their lead to 14.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. A touchdown and field goal's not going to get it done anymore.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Wangu now to return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And last drive left them in a little bit of limbo, Brock. They were happy to leave with points, obviously, but not happy that they had to settle for a field goal instead of a touchdown.
Coaches love to say on offense, let every drive end in a kick. The bronze medal's a punt, silver medal's a field goal, and now they're going to be striving for that PAT, the gold medal.
Shotgun handoff to Herbert. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
The tackle by Jordan Fuller. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. On the keeper, here's Fields. They get to him behind the line, Brock. Looks like they're going to lose a couple on that zone read. Maybe the wrong read on the option there, Brock, but it kind of looked like the defense had both reads picked up pretty well there.
I'd agree with you because the option, you're trying to option off of one defender, like a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
That time, well, the defense was all over it. Tremendous pursuit to knock him backwards.
Fields on third. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force fourth down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Down in the fourth, offense staying out there for this. Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
First down run gets him 6. So now it is 2nd and 4. Another carry for Robinson. He's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. He gets a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Handoff now to Robinson. And he comes through big here. 9 yards. It's 2nd down.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. The offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Running here with Bajan. Good defensive stand here, and they push him away from the goal line. That's back to the 4.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here he is on 3rd and short. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
With a field goal of 21-yard attempt.
The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion.
Set to kick off.
Wangu now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. The Jets out to begin another drive. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. Here's Fields to throw. Oh, he loses the football. And the Falcons scoop it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
The Falcons and receiver Darnell Mooney headed out there now. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. So following the fumble and the recovery, here comes second and short. Looking to throw Fields. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of gain.
First and 10 from the 43. Fields to throw it. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's a sack on first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on second.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks, well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Out of the shotgun, Fields. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It's going to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Here he goes, third and long. Gets another one to Mitchell. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this. They do snap it. Here's Fields. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
Another throw for Fields. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it's going to be second down.
Second down and 10.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets this very close to that first. It's going to be third and short at the 35. The Jets take their first time out. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. Hands off here to Davis. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap to Fields. He's on the crosser. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
You know these teams, they track every step of their players. Many of them wear GPS units in their uniform to track how much mileage. I don't care what the stat sheet said of how long that gain was. That dude ran a long way, all the way across the field, but it paid dividends.
From the red zone on 1st. Catch made. And he has the New York touchdown. The Jets get it back to within 2 possessions. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Folk on now to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets cut the lead down to 10.
Falcons 37, Jets 27.
So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Even with that kick, there wasn't much chance of pulling off the comeback. And now that they've failed to recover, partner, I'd say this one officially over and done with.
They went out taking every chance they could, right? Swinging as much as possible, but you just can't have this big a deficit this late in the game. Pete Carroll likes to say, can you win a game in the 1st quarter, the 2nd quarter, 3rd quarter? Nope. You win it when it matters in this league, and that's finishing in the 4th.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Here's a design run. So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say so long from New York.